With the recent release of combat achievements, I decided to embark on a new challenge, completing all 6 tiers from easy through Grandmaster, starting from a fresh account. And to make things even more interesting, I'll be using a spreadsheet to completely randomize what task I do next. Oh, and I forgot to mention, this account only has 1 life. Quickly, before we kick off this episode, I do just want to say a massive thank you for all of the love you guys showed on episode 1 between all of the likes and the comments. The support was absolutely unreal, and I just wanted to start this video off by saying a massive thank you. But then on top of that, I'm actually going to be streaming this account on Twitch going forward, so if you do want to see some up-to-date live progress, and you're not worried about seeing any potential spoilers for this series in terms of YouTube content, go ahead and head over there. The link to my Twitch is down in the description. You can go ahead and follow that channel already. But with that out of the way, and without further ado, we have a lot to get done in today's episode, so let's go ahead and get started. Lizardman Shaman, usually hunted for their highly sought after Dragon Warhammer drop, but today only 1 kill separates us from task completion, coming in with a combat level of 150 and 150 HP to match, not to mention its max hit capabilities of 31 with melee or 21 with range respectively. These things aren't anything to be taken lightly on a brand new fresh account with only 1 life. That being said, we started this episode out with an absolute banger, a task that would normally be incredibly easy to complete on a mid-tier account, but instead one that packs quite the requirements on a brand new freshly made account. First things first, in order to complete this task, we're going to need 100% Shazian favor in order to equip the tier 5 along with 20 defense. And then on top of that, in order to have the capability to kill the Shaman, we're going to need at least 40 prayer, and around 50 range will probably suffice. With a recent announcement, our current task actually just got a lot easier. As expected, they've recently been reshuffling and adjusting tasks to ensure that they fit their difficulty, or that they don't lock content behind an unintended requirement, and that was the case with this task. They accidentally locked the easy tier behind a 20 defense requirement. So in order to counteract that fact, they actually completely changed this task. Therefore, our new task is now kill a Lizardman Shaman in Mulch, which has not dealt damage to anyone. With the questing and task change out of the way, we are finally ready to move on to phase 2 of our plan. We currently sit around low to mid 30s on basically all of our combat stats, with our highest being 37 range, still a few levels short of our goal. On a positive note, those quests did unlock us our Dorgeshan crossbow, which will be our weapon of choice in order to take down the Shaman. But next up on our requirements are 40 prayer as well as at least 1 prayer potion. And in all reality, I really felt there were 2 solid methods in order for me to complete these requirements. The first method is we kill hundreds of Chaos Druids and get all of the herbs necessary for 38 herb lore and make the prayer potion ourselves. But ultimately, I decided to go with the second option, and this involves Grubby chests. Grubby chests are located within the Forthos dungeon, and they are locked behind a level 57 thieving requirement. In order to access the chest, you need to get Grubby keys as a drop from any of the monsters within the Forthos dungeon, one of which happens to be baby and big red dragons, which will allow us to knock out 2 birds with 1 stone and hopefully pick up some keys on our way to 43 prayer. This chest contains some absolutely incredible loot, but the drops we're looking out for are either the high level food, the super restore, or the prayer potion drop. But that is the plan for phase 2 of achieving this task. Red dragons actually have one of the better drop rates for Grubby keys within this dungeon at 1 in 50, so let's hope we do get some solid luck on our way to 43 prayer. I didn't even have the recorder ready, dude. This is such an insane drop. We literally pick up our first Grubby key and a rune longsword in the exact same kill. What an absolutely insane drop. There's a 20k alch and our first Grubby key. Massive pickup. We picked up a second Grubby key and we are on our way to open our very first 2 chests. My plan was to get 3 keys before attempting to open up the chest, but unfortunately I went over 200 kills dry. So I decided we're gonna go ahead and just break the streak and see if we can pull some luck from these 2 keys. Alright, we've made our way into the Grubby chest room, so now the question is, do we get lucky? Let's go ahead and open up the first chest. Dragon dart tips, that should be some GP. We also get some sharks. None of that is a problem at all. But we get no prayer potions whatsoever in the first key. So we're relying on this second key to give us either super restores or prayer pots. What do we get? Open anyway, don't show this again. Oh, I thought that ranging potion was a prayer pot. We do pick up a crystal key from that chest, which is a dragon stone. But unfortunately, looks like we're going back to kill some more dragons. I went ahead and bought some runes because we're going to take on the big dragons because I'm still a few prayer levels off. Hopefully our luck picks up this time around. I've actually been taking advantage of mobile in order to kill as many of these baby dragons as I could. But due to that, we actually did miss a few clips, one of which on the very last bone I just buried. I got 40 prayer, which means we are now high enough in order to use Protect from range, which is technically all we need in order to take on the Shamans. But apart from that, I have killed a few hundred since my last recording, and we have 4 Grubby keys stocked up. So let's go ahead and open these 4. At this point, there is no way I don't get prayer potions, right? Let's hope I don't regret saying that. I'm not gonna lie, I kind of got a bad feeling I just jinxed myself, but either way, let's go ahead and open the 3rd chest, see if we get lucky this time around. We do not. We pick up 10k, another ranging potion, and the exact same thing from the second one. And here's the moment of truth, my final 2 keys. At this point, if I don't get the potions I need from this, not only did I jinx myself, but I made the worst decision possible by going with these keys rather than just outright training the herb lore. If I fail with these 2 keys, this would have been 2 entire days of killing dragons straight down the drain with absolutely nothing to show for it but our prayer level. We'll go ahead and give it a spin for a little bit of luck and hope we pull something out of the hat. There we go, boys. We pick up the prayer potions. We are freaking done. Oh my gosh, open the second one for good measure and we pick up 200 bloods and 2 more prayer potions. The luck paid off. That could have got real ugly if I got some bad luck right there. Oh my gosh, I'm so happy to be done with that. Not only did we get 1 drop, but we pick up 2 and we now have 3 entire prayer potions to pull off this 1 kill. But with this 1 item achieved, we are now done with phase 2 and we are ready to move on to the final part of our massive plan in order to kill 1 Lizardman Shaman. After days of work with that prayer potion finally achieved, we are ready to move on to the final phase of our plan. While getting tier 5 Shazian armor is no longer a requirement in order to complete this task, it is honestly almost a necessity if I do want to maintain my hardcore rank. Their poison special attack has the capability to hit 30 plus hit points at any point during the fight, and honestly they can shoot them at pretty quick succession. So with that 100% Shazian favor and tier 5 equipment is the last thing that separates us from task completion. There is the final bandage for 86% of my Shazian favor, which is actually all of the favor we have to do here at the infirmary. We'll get the remaining 14% through all 4 tiers of the combat ring. With that kill, that is tier 1 of the Shazian armor completed. Now we can move on to tier 2. There we go. With that kill, we now have completed the tier 4 of the Shazian armor, and we only have one more set to go. And if you also saw the chat pop up, you have gained the maximum Shazian favor. We also hit 100% in Shazian favor. Due to me scuffing a few clips, I actually killed a few repeat of the soldiers. So we did hit 100% before we completed tier 5. No big deal in that regard though. We are done with our favor. This is our final kill in order to finish off the tier 5 armor set. There we go. All 5 pieces of the tier 5 Shazian armor is completed. I'm not gonna lie, I really didn't know how this combat ring was going to go considering my super low melee stats. I did go ahead and take advantage of those super combat potions I got from the Grubby chest, but realistically I didn't even need them. I just kind of used them to speed up those tier 5 kills. Super happy I decided to devote some extra time to getting protect from melee because it made this entire thing an absolute breeze. But now that we have our tier 5 Shazian armor set complete, we are done with phase 3 of this challenge, meaning the last thing to do is just gear up and go attempt to complete this task. We are rocking 51 range, 41 defense, and 47 hit points. And I guess my biggest question mark now is whether 51 range with a bone crossbow is going to be strong enough in order to take down a shaman. But at the end of the day, I guess there's only one way to find out. Here's the gear setup we're going to be rocking along with our inventory. And honestly, I would be lying if I said I wasn't a little bit nervous. I have to be very careful because I can't take any damage, otherwise it will fail my task. At the same time, I'd like to take no damage anyway because it would make this a much less stressful task. I have to make sure they're not within melee range of this door when I do go through. I can take damage from the little purple things, those aren't included in that. Alright, gun it and run. I shouldn't take damage from those. I can take damage from these little purple guys. We're not hitting too hot right now, I will say that. Him jumping, though, does cost us a lot of prayer points, I am just now realizing. Okay, we're getting a few hits off right here. This is huge. This is huge. We need that. I think this is definitely possible. I have to be very careful, though. I don't want to take any damage. This is definitely possible. We've done about 20 damage. Unfortunately, that's covering up our bar. I actually don't know what his health is. We almost got him down to 100, though, I think. We're chilling on prayer potions. Okay, this is definitely... We got this. We got this in the bag. I just can't choke it and take damage from him now. Gotta stay away from melee distance. We're definitely going to chew up a couple prayer potions, but we have them, so that's good. It'll be fine. Try not to get stacked out by these little minions. He's going to jump. Get out of the way. I hate that that hitbox is still there, even though he's not. That is a terrible mechanic. It gets you costed sometimes, especially in this small room area. He's back in the air. I don't know exactly where he's from. Okay, he jumped. Ooh, we hit a nice 10 on him. He's about half health. A little over half health, actually. Oh, we're hitting so well right here. Just constant 8s and 7s. Honestly, I don't hit him very often, but when I do, I always hit a pretty solid hit. That is one thing I'm noticing. Oh, he's back in the air. Jump, run, 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 run. Oh my gosh, I hit his hitbox. That's such a trash thing. Nearly cost me right there. We got him over half health. We just can't choke it now. I can take a little damage from these things. That's not the end of the world. I just can't accidentally misclick and have him land on me. Oh, I could have easily avoided that attack. I'm actually going to eat up there just to be safe. Come on, give me the hits. Give me the hits. I don't know his exact health, but he is incredibly low. I think it says 18. There's an 8. Oh, is that a 10? Is that a kill? There's the kill. Does it complete it? Do we get the task? Shazian Protector. We have completed the task. Get out of there before he jumps on us. I'm not even too worried about the blood runes. They're actually death runes, but we also get another task completed, a Scaly Encounter, which is just kill a Lizardman Shaman, so we get a 2-for-1 in terms of combat task completions. I really wasn't sure whether 51 range was going to be enough to take that task down, but honestly, I didn't have too much struggle at all. The prayer potion was much needed. We did only end up using 2 doses, but I wouldn't have been able to complete it without it. Let's go ahead and complete that task. That is a massive one to pick off in the easy tier. We're now up to 6% completed. We're not done there though. We had a nice 2-for-1 challenge completion. We also completed the Kill a Lizardman Shaman task by accident while completing the original one. So we can go ahead and complete this task as well, bringing us to 9% in the easy tier. With that though, let's go ahead and generate our new task. What are we going to receive? Kill the Deranged Archaeologist 10 times. We're just getting the most difficult task in the easy tier out of the way first, I guess. This is by far one of the top 3 most dangerous tasks in all of the easy tier. But now that we have our new task generated, I do want to go ahead and end off the episode here. First off, I do want to apologize for the massive delay between episode 1 and 2. Unfortunately, some IRL things came up and I didn't have the time to put into making a high enough quality video that I felt this series deserved. But you guys absolutely blew me away with the support on the first episode, and I hope you guys enjoyed this one just as much. If you did, consider dropping a like or leaving a comment. Both are massive in terms of pushing these videos out to more people. The next video on the channel will probably be my experience in competing in my first ever 1v1 in the Dead Man Reborn finale. But after that, you can expect episode 3 of Combat Lock to be trailing not too far behind sometime next week. And judging by the task we just generated, you're not going to want to miss it. But if you made it this far in the video, thank you so much for the support. I hope you have a great day, and I'll see you in the next video.